Well, welcome everyone to this evening's presentation regarding Finger Lakes Community Choices program as available in the village of Brockport. So just in case you're new to Zoom, please use speaker view to see the entire program in full screen. Your microphone and camera will be off during the presentation, but if you'd like to ask questions, you can use it's actually the Q&A feature, not the chat feature. So if you hover your cursor kind of usually at the bottom of your screen, a menu will pop up. You should see the little, talking bubble and Q&A, and you can click that and then type your questions right in, and we'll get to them at the end of the presentation. Okay, so again, this evening's presentation is about clean energy choices brought to the village of Brockport. And this program is really a partnership between the village of Brockport and their community choice aggregation administrator, Jewel Community Power, and Rocktricity, which is the group I am with, and we are the local program manager and subcontractor to Jewel Community Power. So my name is Sue Hughes-Smith, and my colleagues at Rocktricity include Margie Pete, Melissa Carlson, Ben Freevert, Shannon Bellamy, and Sienna Prieto. So if you call us to answer any questions or to join or leave the program, we're the folks that you will be talking to. Happy to answer any of your questions. Okay, so the village of Brockport is launching a community choice aggregation program, and it is a 100% New York State renewable electricity supply program and a community choice solar program. And these programs will begin, meaning people will be enrolled into them beginning September of this year, 2021. And this is really exciting. Brockport has worked on this for several years, and it's a nation-leading solar program. So you will receive shortly a letter in the mail if you are eligible to participate in one or both of the programs. These letters we describe as opt-out letters because they explain the program and how to exit if you don't want to participate. So you'll know you have received the correct letter because it will be on the Village of Brockport letterhead. It will be dated probably July 15th, and it should be arriving really in the next couple of days. So as I mentioned, you might receive an opt-out letter. There are actually 3 possible letters, and the one you receive could be different from the one your neighbor receives. I'll explain that in more detail later, but just bear in mind, some people are eligible just for the community choice supply program. Some people are eligible just for the community choice solar program, and some people are eligible for both programs. So there are 3 different letters that are going out. And so please don't be concerned if the letter that you have received matches your eligibility. That's just the important thing to remember. Okay, so this evening I'm going to review community choice aggregation, the benefits, the details for the electricity supply program, and the details for the community choice solar program, whether this program will affect you or not. Take a quick look at your utility bill, review how to opt out if you don't want to participate, and what those next steps will be as the program is unfolding. Okay, so community choice aggregation is an energy purchase program that was authorized in New York State by the Public Service Commission in April of 2016. We're not the first state to adopt it. I think we're about the 6th or 7th state to allow it, rules being different in each state. Our rules have been carefully created and are regulated by the Public Service Commission of New York State. So what this does, it allows municipalities to aggregate the energy demand and then negotiate a bulk purchase. a bulk purchase price. So obviously you need a bulk of participants in order to get a better price. And the program helps us deliver the best available price to community members, the best price available at the time of the energy bid. So all energy customers are eligible to participate, but some are automatically in the program. That's described as opt-out. And that is a key feature of the program as designed and authorized by the Public Service Commission. Okay, and so some folks could choose to opt in if they want to. So very large energy users, say like a university, would not automatically be included in this program. But if they looked at the program and thought it was a good deal for them, they could contact us and we could facilitate their joining the program where appropriate. Okay, so community choice aggregation really is designed, in this case, in two pieces. One is for community choice electricity supply, and that's where the municipalities can select renewable electricity generated in New York State, and it only affects the per kilowatt hour rate for the electrons that you are consuming. Everything else about your bill remains unchanged through this program. In community choice solar, it instructs the utility to purchase electricity that's being generated from solar farms for the amount that you are typically consuming. And in return, you receive guaranteed savings in the form of credits on your utility bill. And this helps us support local solar farms. So you have options. You will receive the letter appropriate for you. If you get a letter for community choice electric supply only, that's the program that you are eligible to participate in. You might receive a letter for community choice solar only. You could get a letter for both programs. Okay, so these letters are based upon your eligibility, but it is still your choice. You could participate in one, the other, both programs, or none of the programs. So community choice aggregation, as I mentioned before, leverages bulk buying strategy through the aggregation, right? So we know there's a certain amount of demand for electricity, and the administrator, in this case, Joule Assets, puts out a bid, and there's a competitive process to get a good price for the electric supply rate. And the way that the Brockport program is designed, that rate will be a fixed rate, and so will remain at the same price or rate per kilowatt hour for 24 months. When our utility purchases electricity on our behalf, their prices are passed through and reflect the changes in the market. So they go up and down from month to month. CCA also enables local selection of energy offerings. So it empowers your local municipality to meet sustainability goals or other programmatic desires. And it can help accelerate the transition to renewable energy. Essentially, CCA is a tool available for municipalities to use to the benefit of the community and the residents and small businesses within them. So what are these benefits? Well, again, there's consumer protections from a consultant negotiated terms and conditions reviewed by attorneys, both from the consultant and the municipality. So to protect customers from poor terms. So you're getting good terms and conditions. There's going to be one bill. It's your regular national grid bill will arrive, and the information will all be within your one national grid bill. And in addition, the community choice solar program our partner, Jewel Community Power, has created a giving back program that creates some funding for local sustainability projects of the municipality's choosing. And these programs can also unlock state grant funding for the community. So beneficial for consumers, beneficial for the community as a whole. So community choice electricity supply, you can access more affordably priced renewable electricity and know that it's actually being generated and consumed within New York State. It also reduces the price volatility because it's a fixed rate contract. And then the community choice solar program is a guaranteed savings from the supporting of local solar projects. The Village of Brockport's details for the electric supply portion of the program. So the energy company that won this competitive bid is Constellation New Energy, Inc. And starting in September, if you participate, you would be switched into Constellation New Energy being the supplier, meaning that's where the money gets sent from the utility. You pay the utility, they send the money on to Constellation New Energy in support of this program. The contract term is 24 months, beginning in September of 2021, ending at the very end then of August 2023. Okay, and there folks who can participate include residents and small commercial businesses. And there's a slightly different default rate for this 100% renewable product. And for residents, it's 5.912 cents per kilowatt hour. And the small commercial rate is 5.934 cents per kilowatt hour. And you could also choose a standard fixed rate. And for that, you would simply call us, and I'll give you that contact information later, or you would use the website to opt down to the standard mix. So basically, the difference in these two products is the default is supporting the 100% New York State renewable electricity. The standard fixed rate reflects kind of the more varied sources of electricity generation, and it would include some fossil fuels, nuclear power, along with probably hydropower and other things. Okay, so that's a mix of things available, but it is an option and people should be aware of that. Now, the Community Choice Solar Program. This is so exciting because it is the first of its kind in the entire country. And it is an opt-out program where your village leaders are making it possible to guarantee savings to you through participation in a solar farm. So you will receive solar credits on your national grid bill from one of 6 solar projects in the area. Those solar credits are at a 10% discount, which guarantees participants savings. Jewel will further support a local sustainability project through their Giving Back program. And just to alert you that you will be receiving that opt-out letter, and then later you'll get an additional letter that will tell you which solar farm you have been enrolled in and when that project will become live, and you would then see those solar credits. More on that in just a second. So as I mentioned, there's 6 possible solar fields that you may be enrolled as a participant in. Okay, and you can see they're all in the area, have to be in National Grid Service territory. And these are the project owners, NextEra or Bluebird, the size of the project. And then here, this is important to notice, the estimated date when solar credits begin to reach customers. Okay, so the very first project will begin to, we hope, enroll customers the end of September. Other fields have October, November, and February start dates. And that's simply because it does take time for the solar developers to go through all of their project development stages, interface with National Grid, and get their energy flowing. Again, there will be an additional letter to folks who participate in the Community Choice Solar, letting you know which field and when to expect to see those solar credits on your National Grid bill. So will CCA affect me or you? So residents and small businesses with National Grid utility accounts will be automatically enrolled if you live in the village of Brockport, or your business is in the village of Brockport, and you do not have a block on your account. Okay. Plus, for community choice electricity supply, your supplier, if you look on your National Grid bill, if it shows National Grid as the supplier, that means National Grid is currently purchasing electricity for you. If that's not true, if you have some other ESCO, some other company name, then you are not automatically included in the CCA program. And unfortunately, if you have participated in a utility assistance program like HEAP, you are also not allowed to participate in this program. And that's not our choice or determination. That's a regulatory requirement by the Public Service Commission. Okay. Now, for the Community Choice Solar, again, you have to live in the village of Brockport. You need to not have a block on your account. But then in addition, you need to not already be participating in community solar, and you need to not have rooftop solar. So we expect that folks will have only received letters that apply to your eligibility. So you will want to look carefully at the letter you receive to see, is it for electric supply only, community solar only, or both? And then it's your choice. Assuming that you are eligible, you may participate in one, the other, both, or none of the programs. It is really just another opportunity for you as a consumer. So your utility bill. Often people just pay the bill and they don't look closely at that utility bill. So let's just take a second to review a couple key features. First of all, when you look at your utility bill, if National Grid is delivering your energy, which they are, because they are the only delivery, utility, and they're a monopoly. So they're delivering the electricity to you, they're maintaining the wires, they're gonna send your bill, they're going to read your meter, all of those services that National Grid provide to you, they will continue to provide those services. And their costs are recouped through that portion of your bill described as delivery services. Second, the supply services. And remember, if National Grid is purchasing electricity for you, they are your supplier. And you'll see that information right after delivery services, and you'd see National Grid's name listed there. And then you would see the electric supply rate, the merchant function charge, and so forth in that portion of your bill. Typically, the electricity supply is about a third of the cost of your overall electricity costs, whereas delivery tends to be about 2/3 of your costs. Okay, then when you change to the CCA program, what you will see is a change in the supplier. That will become Constellation New Energy. And this part of the bill may be relocated further down into the bill pages. For the community choice solar, those charges and adjustments show up in this additional section, and it'll be probably not so clearly described as transfer credit charge. Okay, when you see this transfer credit charge, that is the community choice solar, and you'll see a savings there. Okay, so the community choice solar is a discount for supporting the solar that's applied directly to your bill, those discounts, and it offsets both supply and delivery charges. Now, should you not want to participate, the Public Service Commission requires this to be simple. And there are actually several ways that you could let us know that you're not interested. And one of those is simply by returning the opt-out card that will be enclosed in your opt-out letter. You could also call my team, Rocktricity, at the Finger Lakes Community Choice Program hotline, 585-244-0244. Or you can go to the fingerlakescommunitychoice.com website and select the tab that says enrollment change form. Follow the directions and opt out in that way. Okay, so if you call us, we're happy to help you. It's really helpful for you to have this card with you so you can confirm to us if it is the which program you want to not participate in. Remember, the choice is up to you. So if you are eligible for both programs, your opt-out card will have 2 line items here. And if you don't want to participate in the supply program, check that box. If you don't want to participate in the community choice solar offering, check that box, sign it and return it. But remember, you could choose to participate in one of these or both of these. If you want to participate, just don't return the card. If you're calling us, we're going to really find it helpful if you can convey to us this pre-enrollment ID number. So again, give us a call. Happy to help you over the phone. Much easier if you have this opt-out card handy with the pre-enrollment ID number. If you are only eligible for the supply program, then your opt-out card will look slightly different. And you, again, just sign, date, put it in the mail, or give us a call and give us the pre-enrollment ID number. Okay. And again, same will be true with the community solar card. You will just have the one option, and you just can sign it and return it, visit the website, or call us, and we're happy to help you. Okay. I don't know why I have so many of those. So I need to fix that. So next steps, you should be receiving these welcome opt-out letters. They actually did not go out on June 29th, but are going out on July 15th. And the opt-out period is good through the middle of next month. And the program rate on National Grid will begin after September 1st, and the solar credits depending on which program you are enrolled in. Okay, so thank you for joining us for the Finger Lakes Community Choice Program. Do we have any questions?
We do not have any questions, Sue, and in fact, we have no attendees.
Hey,
so.
Well, good news. I want to just update this for anyone who watches this later, as I should have done earlier. And the opt-out period, you could give it to me as July 15th. Oh, through, does anyone have it there? August what?
July 15th would be through August
August 13.
13.
August 13th. All right. All right. And now it's up to date. And maybe we'll just leave this screen up for just a second. So for anyone who watches us on YouTube, there's the updated information. Apologies for not catching that earlier. Okay, any other frequently asked questions that you think we should review?
I don't think so. I like to think that because we've done such a good job on past presentations in Brockport, that's the reason no one's here. But I rather suspect our next presentation, when people get the letter, we'll see some more participants and some questions.
Thanks for mentioning that, Ben. Yes, the next presentation will be at the end of July, and do look for that in your opt-out letter. Perfect. Okay, have a good night, everybody.